More than 50 of them have been recorded over the last 2 days. So researchers say quakes are pretty normal off the coast, but that many in that short amount of time is a lot. We're going to have more on what it could mean moving forward coming up here in just a few minutes.
Good morning to you on this Thursday. And can you feel the temperature difference? It's starting, and you're talking snow in the mountains this morning.
I wore a sweater, so I can't feel the temperature difference. But that was the point of wearing my sweater. Let's go to the Timberline.
Shoot.
Live. I missed out. All right, here's Timberline this morning. And we do, in fact, have about 4 inches of new snow sitting up there. We do have snow and ice cover over the Cascade Passes, and we actually have snow roadside up in the Coast Range off of Highway 26. So things are chilly out there. Radar showing scattered shower activity right now. Here's the snow level just above Sandy. And again, Sandy sits at 1,000 feet where it's some light rain falling right now. To the bus stop we go. Scattered showers around 38 degrees out the door. This should turn into a more numerous scattered shower day than what we ended up having yesterday. 44 at lunchtime and about 44 when the kids get out of school this afternoon.
Rob, thank you very much. Happening this morning, Portland police are investigating a shooting in Northeast Portland. This is near Northeast Rodney and Mason. Investigators were called to the scene after midnight. Our photographer saw a few cars hit by bullets, one with a window shot out, others with flat tires. There's no word yet whether anyone was injured.
All right, let's get to the latest now on the police shooting on I-5 Monday afternoon. We now know the name of the suspect who was shot and killed by Portland police that day. He was 30-year-old Brandon Keck. Police believe Keck was involved in multiple crimes, including carjacking, before he was stopped on I-5. Investigators also say that a woman who was hurt during the crime spree was not injured by gunfire. That's what they originally thought, so now they're working to figure out exactly how she was hurt. Detectives continue to ask anyone with information about the suspect or the series of crimes that happened on Monday to give them a call. The Skamania County Sheriff's Office is looking into a possible attempted kidnapping case. An 11-year-old girl says a stranger tried to get her into his car. So the girl told deputies she was waiting for the school bus yesterday morning when a man stopped his car and tried to force her inside by showing a gun. She says he drove off because he saw another car approaching them. Deputies searched the area, and both Canyon Creek Middle School and Cape Horn Sky Elementary School went into lockdown. Deputies say the man was driving a newer black sedan or small SUV. He's described as a white man with medium build, light brown hair, facial hair, wearing camouflage clothing and a dark colored baseball hat. So if you have any information, you're asked to call the Skamania County Sheriff's Office.
Well, protests are among the biggest problems that downtown has faced in the past 2 years, and one woman is now suing the city over how it was handled. We first spoke with Liv Vasquez back in May when a study from Kaiser linked tear gas exposure to reproductive health problems. Vasquez says she started having major problems with her menstrual cycle during the summer of 2020, and she blames it on tear gas. She says she wasn't even at the protests. She was in her Southeast Portland home. And last summer, she started having painful cramps and irregularities in her cycle that she'd never had before. She says it got so bad, she had to move miles away.
This was an assault on all of us, and it wasn't just people who were downtown. It was all of us being affected by this. This is an environmental impact.
Vasquez says once she started talking about it, a lot of other women told her that they were dealing with the same things. Our colleagues on the story have a lot more on this lawsuit. You can catch the full story on our YouTube page.
All right, we have one COVID headline to get to right now. The FDA has approved an injectable antibody cocktail to help people from getting COVID-19. So it's meant for people with weakened immune systems who may not get enough protection from one of the current COVID vaccines. The therapy is also an option for people who have a history or severe adverse reactions to COVID vaccines or the components of the vaccine. So the therapy, made by AstraZeneca, would involve getting an injection every 6 months. Trials show the injections are about 83% effective at preventing symptomatic COVID-19.
Late next week, Oregon will likely adopt a sweeping new program to fight greenhouse gas emissions, and it's going to impact every single person in the state. Now, it targets industries that burn fossil fuel, including diesel, gasoline, natural gas, and propane, and limits how much greenhouse gas they can put out into the air. This will impact businesses like Intel, Northwest Natural and its suppliers, and companies that make cement, iron, and steel. They'll be forced to cut emissions 50% by the year 2035 and 90% by 2050. If they don't, they face significant fines. Governor Brown says with global warming, we need to act now.
And so it's critically important that we take action, and the Climate Protection Program can result in dramatic reductions in greenhouse gas emissions throughout Oregon.
We do expect the Environmental Quality Commission to approve this plan at a special meeting coming up on December 16th. But not everybody supports it. Oregon business and industry said the program will force fuel suppliers to start rationing, which could spike prices. They say it could cost Oregon's economy $10 billion.
All right, more on the environment now, because more than 50 earthquakes have been recorded this week off the Oregon coast, the strongest a magnitude 5.8.
Now, we talked to researchers about this. They described it as business as usual for that area off the coast, but they also say it is worth paying attention to. Keely Chalmers has the story.
It's happening about 250 miles west of Newport. More than 50 earthquakes have rumbled under the ocean, and they continue to do so. The largest so far of magnitude 5.8, still too small for us to feel. One of the state's leading earthquake scientists says there is no need to be alarmed.
Usually people on shore, all their alarms may go off, but they're not going to feel anything and there won't be any effect.
Chris Goldfinger, a marine and earthquake geologist at Oregon State University, says swarms similar to this happen almost every month in this area.
They're completely normal events. They're sort of like two conveyor belts going side by side, and there's a fault between them.
This map shows the most recent cluster of quakes, indicated by the yellow dots. When you add the quakes from the last 30 years, those are the white dots, there's a lot of them.
So this is a very active fault system. The upper part is moving to the right, the lower part is moving to the left. And here are the earthquakes in that swarm.
The obvious question, are these smaller quakes precursors to a much larger and much more destructive Cascadia subduction zone earthquake?
They're not doing anything to load the subduction zone itself, and they're not precursors of anything, so people can relax about that.
Goldfinger says there's about a 10 to 15% chance of a really big earthquake happening in the next 50 years. If you think that sounds low, consider this.
We're sitting at about the same probability of an earthquake in the next 50 years that Northeast Japan was in 2011.
Right before the magnitude 9 Tohoku quake hit, the most powerful ever in the country. Goldfinger says while we shouldn't be overly concerned about this swarm, consider it a wake-up call to prepare for a quake like the one in Japan here.
And so this is a great time to remind folks that you're thinking about putting together a go bag or a kit for earthquakes, or thinking about doing more extensive things.
Like securing your water heater or retrofitting your home, because the threat is only growing.
Oregon's made a lot of progress, but we've got really a long, long way to go.
Keely Chalmers, KGW News.
All right, from the coast to the mountains we go, where it is snowing this morning.
Yeah, 23 degrees, 4 inches of new snow on the ground at Timberline. Let me get over here. Been watching the passes. This is Highway 26 at 4,000 feet. Can't see the road. Totally. ODOT's been out, but that's a snowpack, ice-covered highway. And something we don't often see, this is Highway 26, the Sunset Rest Area camera, up just below 1,500 feet in the Coast Range. The highway looks fine, but you would assume there may be some icy spots. Temperature's freezing, and there's obviously snow sitting beside the highway up there. All right, here's the radar. We have scattered showers, and again, you can see the blue color over the Coast Range. The tale of today looks to be that we'll end up seeing more numerous showers than we had during the daytime hours of yesterday. And we had reports of some sleet or hail around yesterday as well. Remember, the air up top gets pretty chilly in a hurry. Forecast models give Portland potentially about 1/4 inch of total rain and scattered shower activity today. 37 Kelso, 40 in Portland, 39 in Salem. Hillsboro's hit 32, so there could be an isolated icy spot out there this morning with some temperatures near freezing and the scattered shower activity making the roadways wet. 44 today for a high. Tomorrow, a little bit calmer, a little bit warmer. Snow level will pop to 3,000 feet, 46 degrees, some light showers around. And then Saturday, that heavy, steady rain day, certainly morning into early afternoon. Could be a high wind warning issued for the coast, gusty south winds in the valley. Snow level Saturday, 4,000 feet, 4,500 feet. That's still a bit uncertain. And then rain at times on Sunday. Chilly out there this morning, though. Be warm.
Well, you look warm in your little sweater there.
Yes.
Love it. Thank you. Stay with us. Still to come on Sunrise, a new charter school for children of color just got the green light to open in Portland next year. Why the founder says the spaces are so important. And Mariah Carey's song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, has just earned another major accolade. When we come back, our Verified team finds out if the iconic Christmas tune really is the most streamed.